Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Given Name. We have a very special guest with us today, so I'll go ahead and introduce you to her. Are you ready? She is a keeper of stories, a woman shaped by lineage, culture, and the quiet responsibility of remembering. Born in the Bronx, New York, to Jamaican parents and raised in South Florida, she grew up in the Rastafarian tradition, grounded in faith, cultural pride, and a deep respect for community, values that continue to guide her work and her life. A proud graduate of Florida A&M University, she carries forward a legacy rooted in excellence, service, and cultural pride. At 41, she wears many hats and is rooted in service and preservation. Sorry, at 41, she wears many hats rooted in service and preservation. She is a memory keeper and family historian, safeguarding the stories, traditions, and truths that shape identity and belonging. As a family doula and birth keeper, she supports families through life's most sacred transitions. As a bookkeeper and bookseller, she honors both the practical and the profound, helping families remain grounded while connecting readers to stories that inspire growth, healing, and possibility. By day, she works in the healthcare space, helping improve technology and systems that support patients, providers, and families. Her work focuses on making care more accessible, more efficient, and more humane. She is the mother of two boys, raising them to embody the meanings of their names and to walk with respect for their lineage. She is also a dedicated sickle cell advocate, working to elevate awareness, compassion, and equitable care for individuals and families affected by disease. So, without further ado, guess who? Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Do you mind saying your name for the audience?
Yes. My first name is Naashon.
Okay. And could you spell that?
Yes, it is Naashon.
Perfect. Could you tell us what generation you're born in? Are you Gen X? Are you millennial? Are you a cuss?
Honestly, I didn't have no idea what those time frames are. I
What
think
year
I'm
were
still,
you
I
born?
think I'm still categorized as a millennial. Um,
Okay.
I think so.
Is it in the mid 80s?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. We're gonna claim you as a millennial.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. How would you identify racially?
I am a proud Black woman.
Yes. Gender? Oh, you said woman. Okay, cool. Got that one. Spirituality. So on a scale of religious to spiritual to no God atheist, where would you put your religiosity?
I am spiritual. I absolutely believe in a God. I just do not define myself by a religion.
Awesome. Okay. Your parents, where are they from? You
Both
mentioned
my
they're
parents, yeah,
huh?
both my parents are from Jamaica.
Okay, awesome. Do you feel comfortable sharing the city or the parish?
Oh yeah. So my mom is from Forest. It's a small country town, and my father's from Kingston.
Okay. Um, okay, I think that's it for demographics. I think we covered everything.
Okay.
Your highest level of education. Sorry.
FAMU graduate with my
Boom. Okay,
bachelor's.
bachelor's. Okay, got it. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a random question. Would
Okay.
you rather stay up till 3 a.m. or wake up at 3 a.m.?
Oh, stay up till 3 a.m. I'm a night owl.
Really?
Yes, I will get up if I have to early morning, but that is not my automatic state. My automatic state is stay up.
I am the exact opposite, but good for you. I will wake up at 3 a.m. I'll probably go to sleep at 6 just so that I can get up at 3. But whatever needs to be done, we're going to get it
Yeah,
done at some point. Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. So now time for the all important question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Tell me about your name.
So my name is something I will say that I'm ultimately proud of to have my name.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my name was given to me by my father. I was named, honestly, I can't tell you how he found this name, chose it. It's a million names in the Bible. But my name is in the Bible, and it is typically or historically a male's name, and it is a Hebrew name. And if I asked him, and I think I have, like, of all the names, why did you choose that one? And I feel like the answer that I've only gotten is just because it fits, like that's what he felt. Like it just fit. So the meaning of Naashon is enchanting. And I believe the second meaning is the one who, I have to remember. Oh, what is the second meaning of it? But yeah, just growing up, I've always known that it was in the Bible.
It
And
says, sorry, I looked it up. So it says enchanter or
mhm.
enchanting, and then it says serpent or oracle.
I feel like when we were growing up, we grew up Rasta, and my name back then they used to have a list of all the names in the back of the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, I remember the definition or the meaning of the name from the back of the Bible was enchanter. And I don't remember,
Okay,
but
we'll come back.
yeah. So again, my family grew up Rasta. Both my parents, I could say, converted to being Rasta when they were very young. I would say high school, um, in their early 20s. And at that time, they had chosen a name for themselves, right? Like
They
my
chose
father
their names.
chose their own names.
Okay.
So my father's chosen name was Akil,
Okay.
and my mother chose Taliba.
Did they have reasons for these names? I'm sure they did.
I'm sure they did. And that's something I don't think I've ever asked either one of them why they chose those names for themselves.
Yeah.
But, I know that my mother eventually gave that name Taliba to my sister as her middle name.
Okay.
And my godmother, the name that she chose for herself was Taraji, and
Mm-hmm.
that became a part of my middle name.
Wow. You said your godmother?
Yeah.
Okay. Got
So
it.
at that time, they were coming into the Rasta faith. They chose more African centric names for themselves. And all of my siblings, our names are either in the Bible or they're uh, a name derived from an African name.
Okay.
So
Very
I
cool.
just happened to get a Bible name,
Yeah.
and I am very proud of my name because it is not common. It's not something that you hear or see every day, but
Mm-hmm.
it does get messed up quite a lot, quite often.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
I
So my
see Sean or Nashon. Is that
so
one of
so here's the thing. My parents, as Jamaicans, have a accent, a dialect, and so the way that my father says my name is with 3 syllables. He says Naashon,
Mm-hmm.
and that is how I honestly prefer my name to be said.
Okay.
But growing up and going to school, they would see my name on paper, and it wouldn't. Those 3 syllables would never come out of their mouth. So they would call me Naashon,
Mm-hmm.
Naashon, Nation, anything like that. But I have always preferred the way that my father says it. And even amongst my family, they have kind of shortened it to 2 syllables. And I'll accept that 100% from my family, which is
Mm-hmm.
just Naishon.
Nishon.
Yes,
Okay. Okay. And Naya Sean is what your father says.
my father says it. And I
Okay.
just chalk it up to his Jamaican dialect that is how he says my name.
Mhm.
Because very few people say it like him.
When you
So
go to Jamaica, do people pronounce it like him?
if I tell them that that's how it is pronounced, then yes,
Okay.
they will pronounce it the way. I feel like, of course, Black people are more likely to attempt to say my name correctly. So they will, I mean, there have just been people who will be very adamant. They're like, tell me how you say it. Tell me how you say it. And they will make sure that that's how they pronounce my name. But
Mhm.
just, family, friends, cousins growing up, everybody would just call me Naashon. Naashon, Naashon, Naashon. And again, I'm used to that. But I think because my father named me and that is the way that he says it, it is, I think I just like the way he says it.
Okay. So, since your name was so difficult, we'll say, for other people to say, how did you feel about your name growing up?
I never wanted to have another name. I never thought, I think because in my household, everyone had a name that was foreign at school. So
Mhm.
at home, it was normal. So I have one sister, her name is Sarah, and it's just, she has the most, simplest name, but again,
Yeah,
it is a Bible name.
it
So
is.
she's the oddball.
But she's the one who doesn't have to go through roll, like,
Does
please.
not have to. She can
Yeah,
go to Disney World and find her name on a button. You know what I mean?
yeah. Did you
So
ever find your name anywhere?
I have never found my name anywhere, but I think I attempted to like in social media or like on Facebook, like put my name in just to see if other people had my name, and
Mhm.
other people do have my name. You know,
Really?
yeah, it's just not a common thing in the United States. It's not a common name here. So, but again, everyone that I have ever seen online that has my name is a man.
Right.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
I'm still okay with that too. So I'll be the original.
Do you know if well, do you believe that that may have helped you in some ways? That you have a guy's name for those that know it?
I don't think I've ever looked at it in a way, like looked at my name and said it has helped me in any way in that aspect. Um, I just always thought it was original, but I've always feel like I've had to defend my name
Mhm.
because I think, not that I think, I know some people have assumed that my name was constructed by my parents
Mhm.
on a like out of their randomness, like on a whim or something. Like they just kind of pulled my name out of a hat. And I've had to, and not as if there's anything wrong with that. And if that was the case, then I would say that that would be the case.
Yeah.
But I have to explain that no, my name comes from somewhere other than my parents' brain.
Mhm.
And you can find my name in the Bible. And if, you know, you're interested to understand that, you can see it. It's right there in black and white.
What's their response?
Oh, they're all so shocked. They're just
No
like,
way.
I was like, "Can't believe it's in the Bible." But yeah, you know, I think people are so used to Bible names being Ruth and Mary and Sarah
Yeah.
and Joseph and Peter and Paul. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they're thinking that my name comes from the Bible.
Now, forgive me, which Bible story do you know?
Um, the reference point that I always think of is it is in Exodus, and I know the name appears more than once in the
Mhm.
Bible, but I think the first place it appears is in Exodus. Don't quote me on the number, but it is in Exodus, and it is really just like a reference. Like I am, they mention Naashon as the brother of Elishaba.
Oh, and
But I mean, I know that there's more to that name. It's in the Bible more often than I probably can recall.
so I'm guessing the children of Israel somewhere in there?
Mm. Yeah, I am the son of Aminadab.
It says, yes, was a prominent biblical figure serving as the leader of the tribe of Judah during the Exodus from Egypt. So, send Judah first. That's you.
Mhm. I'm a leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How empowering.
I've always taken the I think I learned the meaning of my name. I probably was 12 to like that 14 age range when I saw the meaning of my name. And I was like, ooh, enchanter, enchanting. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that.
Did you ever branch into enchantment? Like, was that ever something that you, I don't know if it's in the Rastafarian faith, but is that something that you were like, oh, an enchanter, enchantress? Let's go.
It is definitely not in the Rastafarian faith. That was that was not a part of it. But I think as I got older and I was discovering what religion was for me and discovering what spirituality was for me, and even discovering what my immediate ancestors, like my great grandmother, those traditions that she did, I felt like my name, the meaning enchanter, fit more for me because it
Mm,
was taking me down a path that I was really focused on the stories and the traditions of my lineage. And part of that was, I mean, I think what we would call it or reference it now is like hoodoo, but I
mhm.
don't know that that would be the term that Jamaicans would call it, right?
Okay.
So it would be different, but I feel like as I got older and just learning and discovering more for myself and being an enchantress was more like being a manifester.
Ooh.
You know, like I am manifesting, um, I'm using my words to manifest the life that I want, the things that I want. So I kind of think of it or associate it more with that.
Awesome. That's a good, not a flip on words, but like a good turnaround from like enchantress being almost like a witch or like someone to put you in a trance, but now manifesting.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel like I'm enchanting myself.
mm,
Um, I am feeling enchanted by my own life. Um, I I don't claim to enchant anyone else. Um,
okay.
I do not claim that, but I'm not opposed to it. I might have to think about it some more, but
Yeah. Look into
I,
that.
yeah, I think I might. But I think I am thinking of enchanter or just creating something. That's I am enchanting, um, manifesting, creating things that I desire, the life that
Mhm.
I want. That's more of what I am thinking about.
That's beautiful. Okay. So you said that you've seen other people with your name just on Facebook,
Yeah.
or maybe in Jamaica. Um, do you see spelling variations of your name?
Oh yeah. I think historically or just even online, I've seen it spelled Nahshon. I've seen Nashon. And I've even thought, like, would I have wanted it to be spelled a different way?
Mhm.
Maybe. But I wonder if that changes my I wonder if the spelling changes how it is imparted on me.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Let's see what.
So I like having this experience of growing up where people would see my name and see it and pronounce it the way that they see it. When I
Mhm.
had children, I told myself that the name that I chose for my children had to have it had to fit two criteria. It had
Okay.
to have a meaning, like a strong meaning, and they needed to be able to see it on paper and it sounds exactly how they see it on paper.
Yes. The You saying that people said your name was Nation is still blowing my
Mhm.
mind because what type of mental gymnastics? Like that's creative. I'll say that for sure.
Well, I mean that people were extremely creative. I was teased a little bit, but not for a long time. I was called Nation the Haitian.
Oh, are you
Yeah,
Haitian? What's
I'm
that?
not Haitian, but growing up in Miami, there was a time when it was not a popular thing to be considered Haitian. And so being referred to as a Haitian was um, an insult at that time. So
Yeah.
I would, it rhymed, I get it, but I was called Nation the Haitian. I've had people tell me, oh, they wanted to create nicknames for me.
Yes.
Someone wanted to call me Sean, and they're like, I'm just going to call you Sean. And I'm like, no, you're not.
Mm-mm.
I had someone say, I'm going to call you Nas. Like, no, you're not.
No.
Mhm. So I've rejected other people's nicknames, like nickname variations of my name, until I went to college and I went to college, and at the time I had people calling me Naya. And I was
Mhm.
like, I'm okay with that one, you know? And
Mhm.
so people would call me Naya, and they still do to this day. But I find that if you call me Naya, it's because you know me from college. And
Yeah.
if you call me by my name, even if you're saying it wrong, you know me from high school and before.
Mhm. It's a very clear separation. I think a
Yeah.
lot of us went to college and were like, cool, brand new identity. It's Shay. It's Naya
Mhm.
now. Like, just
Mhm.
real
Mhm.
quick. Yeah.
Mhm. Absolutely. Mhm. Yep.
Okay. Does your family have nicknames for you that are related to your name?
Um, I don't know if I should say.
Okay. Do you want to bleep
So
it out?
my father would call me Noogie.
Noogie.
Yes. I don't know if it's related to my name, but he would call me Noogie,
Okay.
and only my siblings that are older than me call me that,
Noogie.
Noogie. I don't know what
Okay.
it is.
I'm gonna say it just started with it in. Yeah. How many siblings do you have?
Ooh, siblings. So my mother had 13 children.
Go her. Okay.
Mhm. And so all 13 children have very unique names as well, but I'm the fifth of 13. So
Okay.
only the oldest four would call me Noogie,
Okay. And the
and now their
younger.
children call me Noogie.
Oh, are you like Auntie Noogie or just Noogie?
I think my oldest brother, his children have called me Noogie. No auntie, just Noogie.
No, Auntie. Okay, cool. All right. Family dynamics. Have you ever heard your name being called before, but they're not talking to you? Like there's someone else.
No.
No,
Not at all.
never.
Never. I don't think I've ever been in the same building with anyone that shared my name.
Okay. I don't, yeah. If you went, excuse me, do you believe that if you were back in Jamaica for some time, that you would run that risk? Like, is it
No,
that common of a name? No?
no. I don't even think in Jamaica there are a lot of people with that name. I think even within the Rasta community, there are names that are repeated heavily in the Rasta community, but my name is not one of them.
What are some of the popular ones?
Oh, if it's a boy, it would be uh Tafari is very popular because that was excuse me, it's related to Haile Selassie's name, or his title, I would say. Um, Shiloh, Zion,
Mm.
um, anything Ja.
Yeah.
Sometimes the word Ja is just added to names.
Mm.
Yeah. Sometimes Farai is added to names. So my middle name is Taraja, and it is the name Taraji with the word Ja.
Sha. Okay.
Right.
And you
So,
said that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, so I feel like they Rasta community will add certain parts of the culture to names, and Ja is one of those very popular ones.
That is one so interesting because I've been doing my best to map out some of these like phonetic sounds that are very prevalent in Black names and like root it back to African culture and like the different dialects and like the alphabets that they have. So that's like a huge piece of like in Rastafarian culture, these are additions to names to make them either Rastafarian or like unique. I don't
Yeah,
know. Is that okay?
I would
Awesome.
agree with both of that. Yeah, I think a lot of times within the Rasta community, it is like reclaiming of
Hmm.
our identity by choosing certain names, right? Like there were not children that I grew up with that were named John or Stacy, you know?
Hmm.
The children that I grew up with in the community, our parents had all converted to being Rasta again when they were in their early 20s, and they chose names for their children that were rooted in the Rasta culture, that were rooted in reclaiming that connection to Africa. You know,
Hmm.
there were a name that I actually love, Makita.
Makita.
Yes, Makita, or any variation of Makita is reclaiming, I think, of that connection to Africa, right? So they saw kings and queens, and they took those names and they made them into our, for their children, or they would create the deviations of it. So my sister, one of my sisters, her name is Nakiba, which again is derived from Makita.
Yes. It's very interesting that you say that with the like royal names and
Mm.
then the what are we called? I'm gonna say the people.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna say the people, but like the people adopting those names because they saw
Mhm.
royalty in that and that
Yeah,
becoming a common name amongst the people. That's we do that. We do
yeah.
that.
I
Um,
mean, the I grew up with posters in the house of the kings and queens of Africa, right? So I want to say something that was honestly very common in the like maybe in the 90s, right? Um, you had you like we knew Shaka Zulu,
mhm.
and I know people named Shaka, so it's like people would see these kings and queens and take those names and say, I want to give my child that type of strong name, right?
Yeah.
So you have Amina is another queen. So people would see these names, and again, they're deviating from the Johns and the Davids and the Tiffany's and the Jennifers and the Beths, and they're reclaiming that connection.
And this is in South Florida.
I would say it was beyond that. The Rasta community that I grew up in, it was in Miami, but there were communities that we were connected to in DC, in Baltimore. There were connections to families in Georgia. So they were all over.
That's deep. I didn't know that. I assumed that Rastafarian tradition and culture was reserved for Jamaica or direct descendants from Jamaica, which would make sense. But I didn't know that it was so widespread in the
I
US.
I would say that it started out that way, absolutely. But with migration, right? Like my parents came to New York from Jamaica and they met other Jamaicans.
Yeah.
And and it was not even just limited to people from Jamaica. There were Rasta community in almost every island, right? And those families migrated, or people just fell in love with the culture.
Hmm.
And you would have the same way my parents ultimately converted, you would have had families who were traditionally Black American who would have converted. Um, and growing up, they kept themselves connected to each other. Okay, we would have conferences. We would drive to conferences in DC. We would stay at another Rasta family who had a house in Philadelphia. So
Yeah.
they were all connected and they stayed connected because they were doing something that was new and that was difficult, honestly. They grew up Christian and they grew up Baptist
Hmm.
and they decided to become Rasta. And a lot of them changed their names, from the name that was given to them by their parents into this Rasta culture. And they created their own community in that way.
Yeah. Do you know if they legally changed their names?
That was a good question. My mother did not. So when people would in the community, my mother was so my mother chose her own name, but she eventually became uh, the name Martha. So in the Rasta community, we were greeted with like a title. So instead of saying like Mr. and Mrs.,
Hmm.
if you were a woman, they would say sister, like they would call you sister. So my
Hmm.
mother was Sister Martha. Okay.
Okay.
And so when Rasta is such a complex community, so I grew up in the Bubble Shanti house. So when we talk about Rasta, there are different houses. I would say it's like, you have Christianity, but then you have Episcopalians and
Yeah.
Pentecostals and, all the different
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So Rasta has like three houses, Nyabingi, Boba Shanti, and 12 Tribe. And I grew up as a Boba Shanti. And growing up, there was a individual in Jamaica by the name of Prince Charles Emmanuel, and he had given individuals a name. Like he had christened them or blessed them with a name. And my
Hmm.
mother was given the name Martha from him.
Huh.
Yeah.
So that carries a lot of weight.
Yes, it
He
did.
was blessed with a
Absolutely.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my mother in the Rasta community was Sister Martha, but she always kept her birth name and worked and went to school under her birth name, but in the community she was Sister Martha.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's that, I wouldn't say duality, but it's just having to be not even Black, but being Rastafarian in America is like a different level of identity because yeah, you're one person at work. You are your given name,
Mhm.
whatever love you have for that, you've now chosen to rename yourself. So
Mhm.
to be called that birth name again, I wonder what that does to the psyche.
Yeah, it's definitely wearing multiple hats, or I don't know if it's, maybe it is or can be related to like wearing a mask. Right?
Mm-hmm.
When you have on the mask of Sister Martha, you are this Rasta woman, you are
Yeah.
this cultural woman, and then when you go to school and you go to work and you're Helen, it's like a different person, you know.
They're
So
not close. Yeah.
yeah, so and I want to say that there are some people in the Rasta community who did not take another name, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe the decision to do that was just a deeply personal decision of wanting to feel more connected to the ideology that they are choosing for themselves, you know. Because I
Yeah.
think the group, like, you know, you grow up into a faith, but you made a decision to choose a different one that more aligned with who you felt like you are at this time. So why not choose another name to continue with that identity? I don't know. Maybe that was it. But again, there are some individuals who took another name and some who kept their name.
Hmm. Do you have a, what do they call it? An anglicized name? Do you have a Christian name?
No,
Okay.
I I am Naashon, and morning, noon, and night. That is it.
No multiple masks, just it's you.
Yeah,
It's
just
you.
yeah, that's it. I
Um,
mean, yeah, no.
no.
I'm,
So,
I can only wear one mask.
yeah. And do you still consider yourself Rastafarian?
Hmm. I think my instinct or my initial response is to say no, but I'm I don't think that it is a aspect of myself that will ever leave me.
Mm,
I believe in the foundation of Rasta,
hmm.
and I think as a way of life, as a livity, I agree with it. I just don't consider myself a Rasta because I feel like my thought process around God has evolved, and I
Hmm.
don't believe that it fits the Rasta box anymore.
Gotcha. I'm sorry, my dog just coughed. A little shocking. Um, so I'm gonna take us back for 1 second. How do you feel when your name is mispronounced? And also, do people misspell it?
So the the space that I'm in, right, majority of the time is in a workspace. And
Hmm.
so in a workspace, I am very likely to be the only person of color in the room on the call. And
Hmm.
so my name gets butchered uh very frequently, every week. Maybe not every day, but every week. The spelling, yes, because I think sometimes people kind of I think people do not take the time to slow down.
Hmm.
And so they see my name and then they write it and they might spell it with one A, two S's. They add extra letters or they remove letters. And then I think sometimes even when they see my name, so I work remotely and yeah, have like Zoom calls every day. Right?
Hmm.
My name is on the Zoom call.
Yeah.
It is not it is not deviated from the spelling in which I spell my name. And
Yes.
we see it. I don't think that they are slowing their brain enough down to see my name and attempt to correctly pronounce it. So yeah, it gets messed up a lot. And even at work, so I will say though that I am comfortable with people calling me Naya
Hmm. Okay.
because I would rather you call me Naya than mess up my name.
Yes.
Yeah. And I also feel for me personally, um, I feel like if I told you my name and I want you to say my name as it is correctly and you do, I I feel like I feel like saying my name correctly and not calling me Naya, or me, even if I introduce myself to you and I don't introduce myself to you as Naya and I introduce myself as Naashon,
Mm-hmm.
it's because I hold you in high regard. I rather the work people call me Naya.
I get that. I get
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I was in I don't know if I was ever in that space, but I did see the people that called me Shay at work as like, these are work people, and I don't feel like having this conversation every time we get on a Zoom. Yeah. Every,
100%. Yeah.
yeah.
At work, it's Naya. So my team, even though my name on the Zoom call says my whole name,
Mm-hmm.
they just know to call me Naya. Yeah.
Okay.
So when there's like a new person on the call, like you see their hesitation on
Mm-hmm.
they're trying to pronounce my name. And I appreciate that they don't want to mess it up. I
Right.
appreciate that. And I appreciate the people that say, "Hey, how should I say your name?"
Mm-hmm.
And they will ask, and I appreciate that. But at work, I am Naya, and I am comfortable with that because when I am at home and the people that know me and love me and my friends, I rather they call me by my name.
Yes. Do you put Naya in your email signature?
I don't. I should because I'd probably be confusing the hell out of them. But I've thought about that, and I could even change my name on the Zoom to say
No.
Naya,
Yeah.
And I've thought about that, and and I feel like it may just be easier for them, but I'm like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. They could say your
Like,
name, actually.
they
Yeah.
could, and again, I have not altered my name at work to make it easier for them. Like written, I have not altered the written spelling of my name to make it easier for them.
Mm-hmm.
But if we are on a call and someone says, "Oh, how do you pronounce your name?" I will tell them how to correctly pronounce my name. And I say, "Hey, if it's easier for you, you can call me Naya."
Mm.
You know?
Okay.
And again,
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. And I know that some people will say, "Oh no, make them pronounce
Every
your name."
time. Yes. Yeah.
And people have to understand that is tiring. That is frustrating to
That's
do that.
emotional labor.
Yes. And I would rather put you in a box and say, in my life, you don't know me well enough
Mm.
to pronounce my name, to know my name, and I'm okay with that. So you can call me Naya.
Mm.
And again, it's for me, I don't have to and they could. There are absolutely people who get it. Like again, I have friends from high school and college who do say my name correctly, you
Yeah.
know? And I'm just not in the space to force them to say my name because I honestly don't.
Um, I
So
actually don't want that coming from your mouth. So just just
I don't even like the way it sounds when you say it.
exactly.
It does not even feel
Shanae.
right. But
Shanae. It's not Sean. It's Shanae. Yes, I get that.
yeah. So it's just there's this tone of when someone says your name and they can say it correctly, like the sound that they form feels familiar, right?
Yeah.
Like they feel familiar.
Yeah.
And work people are not familiar to me. So you can call me Naya and we can keep it moving.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I feel no shame in saying to them, you can call me Naya.
Mm. I love this. I love that you brought that up because absolutely. Please call me Shay and let's have as few interactions as possible. Like,
Yeah, that's it. Like
and it's
I
not,
guess back to your point, like maybe that's my mask, right? Like at work,
mm,
right? I put
yeah.
on the Maya mask and I'm a different person to them. And then when I leave work,
Well, well, well. Thank you for spending this time with me on the Given Name podcast. If you've made it this far, then you already know these conversations are about more than names. They're about identity, memory, culture, creativity, family, survival, and the stories we carry every single day. I'm Dr. Shanae S. Jeffries, aka Dr. Awkward, TM, researcher, public scholar, and founder of the Shanae Chantel Research brand. This platform was created to make research feel human, to feel accessible, thoughtful, and alive. I love research. The full episode, along with extended conversations, deeper reflections, bonus content, and more of my ongoing research is available on Patreon at awkward_PhD. That community directly supports this work, this archive, and the future of this research. So if this conversation moved you, challenged you, or made you think differently about the world around you, I'd love for you to continue the journey with me. You can find everything linked below in the show notes. And so until next time, keep asking questions about the things we think we already understand, like names.